Hey, all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly value, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Hey, my Crimsonites, we back in the car. We gonna cook again, y'all. I told y'all by hook or by crook. We gonna cook by hook or by crook, okay? All right. Hey, y'all. Who's super chatting me? Somebody super chatting me. Thank you, Swing Out, for kicking off the contributions. So much appreciated. Said Dallas is watching. Howdy, Kendra Mosh Chat. How you doing, baby? Thank you so much. I told y'all can call me Mrs. Mufasa. Y'all will know my husband's name. Y'all gonna know, the world gonna know who he is. I ain't gonna hide him. He not a secret. My man. He not a secret. When he say the time is right, then the time will be right. They good girl gone oh mad. They playing with these 50 subscribers that I need to get to 100K. The 50 subscribers. If you've been listening and you ain't subscribed, Shannon Barbie, I am in the car because the reception is best in the car. I can give you a show while I'm in the car. I'm not at home. I am essentially on my honeymoon. So I'm here giving a show. I might hit it while I'm live. So until I can get the hotspot thing together, we in the car. Long as you can hear me clearly and see me clearly, because we're going to cook this. As long as my speakers don't do something stupid, I'm praying that my speakers at least get me through the clip I'm trying to show you. Thank you so much, Greaseman, Texas. Thank you. So super adorable. Congrats, my sister. Thank you so much. Thank you, Micah. So let me send a super chat for my super guy. My super guy. Congrats, fam. Yes, he is super. I tell him that's interesting because I call him Superman. I told him he got an S on his chest every day. He got an S on his chest every day. I took time off. I'm still on the honeymoon when I ain't talking to y'all. When I ain't talking to y'all. Thank you, Osa the Healers, and congratulations, Mrs. Mufasa. Thank you so much, sweetheart. I appreciate. Okay. Okay. So I wanted to talk about Miss Iyanla. Y'all may or may not get videos from me because when I go back into the house, the reception get kind of crazy again. It's just the reception is bad in there. And so the videos themselves are choppy and I'm just not willing to put up bad quality. I can't do it. I'd rather not give you a video than give you a bad video. Thank you so much, Dallas Actor. Thank you so much, sweethearts at Honeymoon Pocket Change. Wish you didn't have to split it with the Loan Sharks, aka YouTube. They sure be on it, don't they? YouTube, come get you, baby. They extort you, baby. They like, we get it off the top, baby. We ain't even gonna wait on you to pay us, baby. We pay ourselves. We help ourselves first. We help ourselves. YouTube help themselves to your money. Thank you, Miss Beshua. Hey, sis, congratulations on your marriage and welcome back to the Wives Club. Thank you so much. I am so happy to be back in the Wives Club. Y'all just do not understand. That's probably going to be on the Patreon, baby. On the Patreon. That's probably going to be on the Patreon, that Wives Club stuff and being covered. I'm enjoying New York so far. It's not so different than Chicago. It is and it ain't. Because Chicago is New York lightweight. Chicago is lightweight New York. It's New York light. It's not as big. It's not quite as fast because Chicago will sleep. Chicago will sleep. New York does not. When they say it's the city that never sleeps, they mean that. New York does not sleep at all. Thank you, Miss C. So I'm here for this in and out of song, girl. Cause you know I make up a song quick. Thank you, Quiet Storm. 100,000 subscribers milestone is next. Thank you so much. Thank you, Miss Stu Casey, for your super sticker, baby. All right. So Missy Iyanla showed up on the griot. And I watched that entire 23, 24-minute clip. And before I get into Miss Iyanla's clip, which I thought she did an excellent job, I agreed with the majority of what she said. I didn't find too many problems. Not too many problems with what she said. And I'm gonna say this. Thank you again, Swing Out Museum. Iyanla with Spirit Facts. Ebony wasn't listening. She was not listening. She was not listening. But she knew she needed to listen, and that's a lot of Black women's problem. Before I get into the actual clip and the things that are being said in the clip, I want to just really talk to the sisterhood for a second. Y'all is full of crap as a Christmas turkey. I'm talking to the hyenas that come over here talking about my tone. I'm talking to the hyenas that not only talk about my tone, but anybody's tone. When we are talking about Black female accountability, when we are talking about what Black women have contributed negatively to the relationships between Black men and Black women, the negative contributions to the family structure and the negative contributions to the community. Y'all will come all everywhere. Me, any other content creator, you go anywhere and you'll talk that yin yang about tone. You will talk that yin yang about don't talk to us like that, and we'll take it if you say it differently, if you say it softly, or if you say it, just don't yell. I got folks complaining that I'm talking loud, blah 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 blah. Thank you, Michael McCool. Thank you, Pharaoh. So congrats, Crimson. Even though I didn't win your heart, I'm glad you found love. Also, I need an A-game link because I started college yesterday in 3D arts. Thank you so much, sweetheart. Thank you again, Swing Out. So congratulations on your wedding. Thank you so much. So they tone police you to death. And the reason why I bring that up is because Miss Iyanla's tone is so much nicer than mine. It's so much nicer than mine. She's so much sweeter in her delivery than me. She's such a pile of sugar in her tone next to mine. Thank you again, Miss Bashua said, or they'll say you bash or even hate Black women despite being one. Exactly. And her tone is so cool and so soft with y'all. And y'all are the same crew that ran that woman off of Fix My Life. She had 8 seasons, 7 or 8 seasons. And her primary focus was the Black family, Black men and Black women and their children. And trying to give the Black family that was lost in dysfunction the tools to dig themselves out of the dysfunction and into a healthy, functional mindset and spiritual set in order to go forward. That was what she was doing on that show. And on that show, she held men accountable as well as women. So she was not even one-sided like you claim I am. She wasn't one-sided. If the man was doing something egregious, she talked to him. If his leadership was lacking, she talked to him. Or she had men in her team that would speak to the men because the men would speak to the men. And y'all hyenas ran that woman off of Fix My Life. Thank you, 39 Dina. She came out not long after her show ended and talked about the death threats that she received from the boneyard because y'all did not like that she was holding y'all accountable as well for your own decisions as adults and holding up the mirror to you so that you can see what you have done wrong and where you have erred. Thank you, Real Life. Thank you, Black Goku Zero. So I don't hear any other race of women complain about their men's tone. They allow their men to be men, yet Black women can talk to us any kind of way. And you know what? They tone police the men, but I'm talking about them tone policing the women. Tone police the women. We talking too hard to them. The point is, we talking too much truth to them. You don't get no more softer than Iyanla. You don't get much softer than her. Sister Shahrazad was much tougher. I'm more in her lane than I ever been in Auntie Iyanla's lane. This a rental car, y'all. I tell you, I'm out of town. Hey, Mike V. I still got my Jetta. Don't play with me. I got my Jetta. My Jetta run perfectly. Nothing wrong with that car. Nothing wrong with that car. And I would never get a Range Rover for no reason. Mm-mm. Range Rovers is for looking at. They not for driving. Range Rovers is for looking. They are not functional at all. Thank you, Lindsay. Said congratulations on the wedding and marriage. Thank you so much. So now, after I done talked about the tone, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to play the clip that everybody's been playing. I kind of want to play more than that clip, but we'll see how my speakers do me a little bit. We'll see how my speakers do me a little bit, because sometimes they do me good, and sometimes they do me bad. Somebody explain why I'm doing this from the car. Let me share. Let me see if my speakers do me good. You're right. No, they doing me bad. Hold on. They still doing me bad. I need to play this clip. Hold on. It's really being crazy right now. I knew it was going to do this. Why did you do this to me? Why did you do this to me? Let me try to open the tab again. Still going. Okay. We're going to try another window. We're going to just open another window. We're going to do it that way. Because you're not going to be able to tell me that I can't share this. Still doing it. See, I would have to go out and come in. I would have to go out of the stream and come back in. Do y'all understand? Hold on. I'll be right back. Now we're going to check it again. There we go. All right. Tell me, I listen. Anyway.
Club that went very viral for very good reason. You said that women are being trained to be men in skirts.
Yeah.
I will acknowledge, I will say I was triggered. I was a hit dog and I hollered to the entire production team to get you here today because I actually think you're right. I think you're right, Iyanla. I do think that I'll just speak for myself vulnerably. When I think of a masculine posture and what I would expect a man to do in my life, two things come top of mind, and they are provide and they are protect. And when my lived experience, and I think I'm still relatively young, I guess, but I'm 40 in September. So, you know, I've had some relationships. And I've yet to find a man who has shown, I mean, this includes even my father who was absent. I've yet to have a male energy that provided or protected me consistently ever. So I think that I have taken on the reins to protect and provide for myself. Because what I'm not going to do, Iyanla, is be without. Baby, it's not happening.
Be without what?
So that would
what?
Be without protection,
Okay.
and be
Okay.
without the necessities of life.
Okay.
But I say that with an invitation, Iyanla, check me. Show me the error of my ways. Tell me how I might be missing it. Because I might be.
Okay. I too am an alpha woman. So I understand what that means. And I tell people all the time, I was a horrible mother. I was a horrible mother. I was a great father. And I was a horrible mother because I'd never been mothered. So I didn't know how to affirm, how to nurture, how to nourish, how to guide. I knew how to direct, how to.
Now I'm gonna pause it. I'm gonna pause it. We're gonna go forward, but I'm gonna talk about what was just said because that's actually one of the things that I like about Iyanla. She does say her fault. Now I don't agree with the whole alpha woman because I don't know what that means. I don't know what an alpha woman is. I know what a powerful woman is. And I think that that's where the energy is coming from. I don't like getting caught up in semantics, but words matter. So I don't like alpha woman because alpha implies a masculine frame and a masculine energy. But what does happen is we become powerful women. We are powerful women. When a woman is truly in her most divine feminine, she become powerful. Okay. How you like the jacket? Bam, bam, bam. Okay. Okay. So alpha, the way that we use that word implies a masculine energy. But I'm going to go back. And we're going to skip
How to demand, how to discipline, but we know how to get to everything. I stripped of it all the attachments, the necessities of life, the creature comforts, until I was stripped down to the bare bone. And then I had to learn how not to build. Build is external, create is internal. And
build is external, create is internal. Did I tell you that feminine energy is internal? Masculine energy is external.
We as women have the power to create, and we manage everything through fear and blooming.
That's I feel that you program so that women, all of Black women in particular, can learn to create.
And a woman in her power. There's a distinct 30s have a process. The full complete your 30 process history, but no one is taught. And I just, for a long time, I
single Black mother, and I'm going to get to the statistics on single Black. Iyanla, 23% of households in the country are single parent households.
And it's rough, and nobody being clear about who I am as a feminist I confessed it to them.
Oh, let's get to the logistics. We know that Black women are earning college degrees faster than anybody else. Many of us are doing like we're doing, Iyanla. We're getting those terminal degrees, those JDs, MD, PhDs. We also are the fastest growing group of entrepreneurs, along with Latina women in America. Pew Research said that women are now out earning men
Yes.
in 22 of the largest cities in America, including where I live, New York, DC, LA, you name it. When we talk, and I know that you've said that you cannot teach a man or tell a man how to be a man. So I will not ask you to indict men in this question. But I do want you to speak, Iyanla, to how women need to, position ourselves so that we can be in our divinity, so we can have our crowns right, how we can create and not build, when some of us, quite frankly, feel that the men that are available to us, and I'm talking about across the color spectrum, across the age spectrum, trust me, I've done them all, they are not.
You heard what she said? She done them all. Ran through. Go ahead.
Not positioned to protect nor provide because of some of the statistics we just talked about. They're not earning the incomes. They're not having the resources. And some of them are not even showing up in the leadership.
Would you date a bus driver? Would you date
if he owns the bus? If he owns it. If he owns the bus.
See, that's a problem. That's a problem. That's a problem. Okay. Because the standards and requisites, and I'm not talking about him laying on his sofa playing video games all day. I'm not talking about that. But the standards and the criteria that we use to measure men is off for who we are as women and who they are in this society. I would date a bus driver if he loved driving the bus, if he was a man of integrity, if he was good to his mama, if he treated me well, I would date a bus driver. But we think that it's another human being's responsibility to give us what we need instead of us building together. I can build with a bus driver. I'd have my little stash over on the side in my prenup, but I could build with a bus driver. So I think some of the criteria that we look for in the reality of today keeps us unhappy, keeps us angry, keeps us imbalanced. And then when the men show up, we want to beat them up because they're not living up to our standards and criteria. And it's not working, beloved. It's just not working. So it's not that it's bad or wrong. It's obsolete. It's obsolete. We have to come up with a new way of being. I don't believe in carrying a man. A man has to do for himself. My son got his first job when he was 9. 9, okay? Because you're a Black man, you will know how to take care of yourself. But I think the way we measure it, it's just obsolete.
I think
I'm gonna stop sharing. Because when Auntie Iyanla said, would you date a bus driver? I mean, if he owned the bus. See, the way she even had her mouth, the way she even positioned her mouth, proved that she was not trying to hear nothing that Iyanla was about to say. She thought she ate when she said if he owned the bus. Because the bus driver is automatically not quote unquote on her level, because her level of profession, she assumes it to be higher than a bus driver's profession. Thank you again, Miss Bethshua. So while I agree with mostly what Iyanla said here, it's a far cry from when she opposed Charles Ali over 30 years ago. Exactly. You know, I can hear the growth that Iyanla went through. We're not 100% aligned, but we more aligned than we are misaligned. I would definitely have Auntie Iyanla on the show, because we would have an awesome conversation. If you listen to that entire clip, we would have had an awesome conversation because I would have been able to contribute positively to that conversation. Thank you, Tahir. Thank you so much. And welcome back, kids. You're looking good. Congrats on the nuptials. Welcome to NYC, aka Hyena Central. Iyanla has no concept of the pathology of this modern day woman. She will learn they refuse to cooperate with men. She actually, I would say that she do know, but she's in her own way still trying. She's still trying to reach them. And I'm gonna say this. Me and Auntie Iyanla is like MLK and Malcolm X. I'm Malcolm. She MLK with it. I'm coming with the hammer. She coming with the scalpel. And do you see that they not listening to either one? That was my point when I was talking about the tone earlier. Thank you, Top Boxing. Said her screw face was priceless. Bus drivers are paid. First of all, bus drivers are paid. In Chicago, the starting annual salary of a bus driver got, I believe it's like $60-something thousand. That's above average right there. And I do believe that's your starting pay. At least it's in Chicago. Thank you. Again, thank you, Eugene. Say Kevin once told a black woman do not mind getting with a white man who works in a factory, but for a black woman to get with a black man, he has to own the factory. Exactly. And I'm glad that Iyanla even asked her that question. Let's get into that. But before we get into Miss Iyanla asking the question, please, God, let my speakers do what I want them to do. We're going to go on a quick little commercial break.
Average game truck parties are a virus, but gamer versus gamer is the cure. Gamer versus gamer. Gamer versus gamer. Gamer versus gamer. Gamer versus gamer.
Happy birthday.
Gamer versus gamer. Gamer versus gamer.
Gamer versus gamer. We look forward to treating your child like the most important kid in the world on their birthday.
Hi, Gamer versus Gamer. Thank you so much for my birthday party.
I was happy to be able to run the commercial, y'all. Listen, we still doing what we doing here. So what I need everybody to do is hit the link at the top of the chat, gamerversusgamer.com, where the wonderful people at Gamer versus Gamer can give you and your child a wonderful experience on their birthdays, a wonderful memory that they can take with them from their childhood to their adulthood, and they will love you and thank you and appreciate it, especially as they get older, because when you go to gamerversusgamer.com website, you're going to see how much of an elite service they really, really provide. And so what you'll need to do is give them a call, speak to them, and let them know what kind of theme and things that you're looking for from the party. They show up with the entire venue happening in a 30-foot trailer. They provide the party, they provide the props, they provide the games, they even provide the food, and they provide the cleanup, and then they take it all away, and all that you are left with is a happy camper of a child. So if you or anyone that you know are in the Atlanta metropolitan area and you have children whose birthday coming up, once again, hit the link at the top of the chat, gamerversusgamer.com, and have them to help you write your child a love letter. And before we get back to this cook, I need y'all to bam, 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 bam. You got to hit the like button. Bam, bam. You got to all right. You're going to have to go ahead and hit the likes for me. Subscribe. They playing with these little 50 people. So if you like listening to me and you look down at that subscribe button and you have not hit the subscribe button, I'm trying to figure out what you're waiting on. Okay, help me get to 100K. At least by the end of the week. We can't get 50 people at the end of the week. We can do that. Anyway. So we are going to... Oh. Every time I think about it, the ring gonna be in the picture. Don't play with me. Every time I contemplate, this ring gonna be in the picture. Yes. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. So y'all going right, George, my man. Okay, my man you to death. Y'all gonna get so tired. Y'all gonna be like, when Kristen gonna stop talking about her husband? Never. All right, so let's go. I'm gonna get back to Iyanla asking that very important question. Very important question. Would you date the bus driver, not the owner of the bus, not the owner of the bus company? Would you date the bus driver if he owned the bus? And this is the basic problem between black men and black women, because it is too many of y'all hyenas that believe that a man's profession can dictate whether or not you respect him as a man. You believe that a man's profession is the only criteria that you need to measure how you gonna respect or disrespect a man. Furthermore, you are doing your own comparison to him by trying to compare whatever your profession is to whatever his profession is. And if you deem your profession to be more status-based than his profession, then now you feel like you can disrespect him because he the help. The same way you disrespect waiters at restaurants. The same way you disrespect the people the janitors that clean your apartment building and clean your condo building and clean your work building and all of that kind of stuff. The same way you disrespect the construction men that go down in the sewer and stuff like that. He might pass by you, he filthy from head to toe, but I guarantee you he make $150,000 cleared a year. Do you understand me? I guarantee you he got a house in the suburbs that he almost done paying for. I guarantee you when he take that mud off, he jump into a Benz. I guarantee you he do. The one you look down on, the one that you can't stand, the one you think is dusty because his job does not require him to wear a 3-piece suit. And his job does not particularly have a particular status attached to it that you want. He ain't Mr. Cartwright, in other words. You're always looking for Mr. Cartwright. Mr. Cartwright don't want you. Mr. Cartwright do not like you. Okay? Mr. Cartwright do not like you. And just because a man's profession may not be glamorous, or it may not be whatever it is you think it is or supposed to be, that does not dictate whether or not he's a man. And that does not dictate his level of masculinity. And that does not indicate his level of leadership. And that does not indicate whether or not he's able to competently give you provision, problem solving, protection, and procreation. That don't have nothing to do with nothing. But y'all so silly that you think it's got something to do with something. You think a man can't be a man unless he's showing up with all the money. And what you want with the money? Didn't you get your own? What you want with his money for? Why he got to have it? Didn't you work to go get it? So what you want him to have it for? What he got to have it for if you have it? Well, I'm 40. That's your problem. Because you sitting up there and you gave all your good years to work, career, and random eggplants that you sat on. You gave all your good years to that. That is what you gave your good years for. Now you think that these standards that you present are mean something. Black women do not understand men, period. Not black men, not white men, not polka dot men, not striped men. Y'all don't understand men. And when somebody try to tell you what men think, what men do, how men operate, whether it's a man telling you how men operate or it is a woman that understands how men operate, y'all don't listen to nothing because you're stubborn and you're hard-headed, and a hard head make a soft behind, and you don't understand the way the world is going. Iyanla touched on that towards the end of this clip. She touched on black women not understanding that this society is crumbling and you'll be left behind. She said that at the end. I told you winter was coming. Kevin Samuels, rest in peace, told you winter was coming. Told you that. We trying to help you. The ones you call mammy, the one you say black male identified, the one that you say hate black women, the one that you say you're bashing black women every day. I'm trying to help you see the light. Shahrazad Ali 30 years ago tried to help you see that same light, and you just running around here with blinders on. Because you think that to give an inch rips you of your identity. Your whole identity as women has been wrapped up in your hatred of black men. And it has also been wrapped up in your hatred of black women. Let's talk about it. Y'all the ones hate black women. Y'all, I'm talking about the sisterhood. Y'all the ones hate black women because you lie to each other on purpose. You coddle and you lie. You know your results was bad, and you will sit somewhere and give another black woman that you skin and grin in her face and say, you my sister, and all that kind of stuff. And you will give her that same bad advice that landed you from the skillet to the fire. And you will watch her burn and sit back and smile like the snake that you are. And when her relationships go south, and when her marriage go down the tubes, and when she was in a happy relationship, but listening to you, she's now in a miserable relationship, you sit back and smile at your handiwork. You don't want to see her prosper. You don't want to see her happy because you miserable. Thank you, Roderick. Say, keep telling our women the hard truth. Thank you, sweetheart. Somebody please put my Cash App in the chat, please, for Clifton. Black women's whole identity is wrapped up in hating black men, self-hate, disguised as female empowerment and sisterhood. That's the most dangerous and egregious part of it. Y'all hate one another and you wrap it up in loving one another. That's so low down. Y'all low down, dirty dogs with wigs on. Y'all some low down dirty monkeys with wigs on. Low down dirty monkey with a lace front. How dare you come to anybody like me and tell me that we don't love Black women? When I spend all my time and energy loving you. Thank you, Original Man saying, when it's here, they're in the eye of the storm, evictions, no more Section 8, more children out of wedlock, out of control children in Chicago and Baltimore, 57.25% of single childless Black men are getting their passport. Yeah, yes. And thank you. Winter is here. Thank you, Big Black Bubba. Thank you so much, sweetheart. Oh, thank you so much, beloved. I greatly, greatly appreciate you. Thank you, Miss Bella said, where there's love, there's correction. Thank you so much. Thank you, Damien said, tell them Hyena sister got my book. Oh, you got your book? Okay. My nose want to itch on camera. Anyway. Y'all can't stand one another because you sit there and you lie to one another to y'all faces. You know how you've been living has not been working for you, but you'll tell your sister to do the same thing. You think it diminishes you as a woman to be a woman. So you approach everything like a man. And that does not work. Just like Auntie Iyanla said, it don't work, beloved. It don't work. How many times do it's got to not work for it to not work? How many times do it's got to fail for you can realize it don't work? How many men got to run through you before you realize that how you approach the men is more the problem than who the men are? Huh? You want to date the men. But do you want to be married to them? No, you just want to hoe around until you get too old. She feeling it now. See, Ebony feeling it now. You get 40, it change at 40. It changes at 40. Don't never let a line lace front tell you don't change at 40. Yes, it do. I don't care how you look. Being uncovered is one of the worst feelings a woman can feel. And you can tell she is hurt by it because she said, I ain't never really had no protection and provision. But then she jumped right into her masculine. I'm not gonna be without. That's why Iyanla said, be without what? What you not gonna be without? Be without what? You just talking. You just talking. You just running your mouth. Protection, okay. But do you shut up in order to get the protection? Thank you, hip top tech. High top tech, I'm sorry. Thank you so much, sweetheart. Ebony is feeling the loss of them men. Because I bet you in however many men she done had, it was one or two that she really, really feel bad about not locking that one down. But then you think back at how hard-headed you was. You think back at how obstinate you was. You think back on how masculine you was with him. Telling him what you're not gonna do. Telling him what you is gonna do. Telling him what he ain't gonna do. Telling him this and that. You're telling him. You get a man and you think that because you may make $1 or $2 more than him, now he got to kiss your butt. Y'all black women, y'all equate too much to that little monopoly money. Y'all equate too much to that. You think money is a man. You think money measures men. You think money measures men, but it only measures them to a degree. Money matters, but to a degree. That's why Miss Iyanla said, thank you, Kai. That's why Miss Iyanla talked about, that's why she eradicated the Madden King. We're not talking about him. We're not talking about the man that don't know how to be a man, because there are men that don't know how to be men. They have no idea. They was never taught, and they may never learn. So what nobody talking about the so-called dusties. Nobody was talking about no dusties. Y'all always go to that. Well, he ain't doing nothing. Define nothing. Y'all don't have standards. You have expectations. And that's why you constantly disappointed. Disappointment is breeded through expectations, especially expectations that are not rooted in reality. You have unrealistic expectation. You think a man is supposed to come in, make $500,000 a year and put up with your BS. You think he's supposed to have made it in his life, successful in every other area, and you think that he's supposed to come and love on you, and all you got is attitude, mouth that you use in the wrong way. Instead of using your mouth to send sweet words to your husband and service your husband, you use it to cuss him out and say crazy stuff to him, talk out the side of it to him. You want these men to come in and repair all the broken parts of you. Told y'all just want stuff to be better, but you don't want to do no work. And the women are out earning the men. That should be problematic to you. Eboni said that as if she were proud of the fact and disgusted that the men were being out earned. You could hear in her voice the judgment of all men. The women are out earning the men, as if the men are not doing anything. That should tell you that there's a problem in society. But Miss Eboni and women like her don't think that far ahead. They don't think past they roles. They don't think past the dildo in their drawer in the bedroom. They don't think further than that. We going there. It should actually signal an issue if women are so-called out-earning men, which I actually don't believe, because men do the jobs that women will not do, and that many of the men will not do. And it's those jobs that actually pay the most, those non-degree needing jobs. You might need a certification here and there to do them, but you don't need a 4-year useless degree to do them. Most of those jobs, most of those obscure, even if the job is not obscure, it's just an unpleasant job. Those men are earning. and they're earning 6 figures and better. I doubt highly that all these women walking around here, because you know what? See, let me talk a little bit about that earning. The statistics are misleading, and I'm going to tell you why. Because they're only thinking about the income or the salary that these women are making on paper. They're not counting the debt. Debt subtracts from your money. Debt subtracts from your money. So if you make $100,000, but you have $80,000 worth of debt, you only making $20,000. Do you understand me? If you make $100,000 and you owe $80,000 in debt, you only make $20,000. You don't have 100. You don't make 6 figures. You know, you don't make 6 figures until you pay that debt off. That's when you make 6 figures. Thank you, Keith Blocker. Say, may Allah bless your marriage to be everlasting. Thank you so much. And I mean, thank you. So a lot of y'all got too much debt to be talking the way y'all talk. Y'all talking greasy with all that debt. You're talking greasy with a credit score that start with a 5. You're talking real greasy when the U.S. Department of Education, you owe them. Talking real greasy on that 48-month car loan, your car note you got. Talking real greasy with a lot of debt. Folks with a lot of debt need to be quiet. You don't need to talk greasy. You need to talk straight or don't talk at all because you got debt. You on a 72-month payment plan on a car. You get out of here with that. Why are you on that long of a payment? If you can't afford it, then you can't afford to go get that high car. It's high, and you only can afford to pay about $300 or so a month, and that's a little on the high end for you, but you want to flex on it. You cannot flex on a car you do not own. And then they sit at the dealership. You don't know nothing. You don't know yourself from a can of paint. And they got you with the Gap insurance. They got you with all them little doodads and doohickeys that they try to give you. And, you know, pay for this and pay for that. They done nickel dimed you out the door. Your credit bad. So the interest rate is ridiculous. Oh, y'all get out of here. You don't even know how to go get a car, let alone you try to. Anyway, thank you. I hope I didn't miss too many. Thank you, Stardust. Liability subtracted from assets that also can decimate net worth. Yeah, it decimates it. Thank you, Phoenix Moon. Dr. Tia Johnson says it's the men in prison that bring down our average. Brothers not in prison out earn. Black one. Thank you, Original Man said most educated yet the most debt. Meanwhile, New York City workers with time on the job make 6 figures easy. Exactly. Thank you, TSA. Congratulations. Thank you so much. Y'all making 6 figures and been making 6 figures for the last 5 or 6 years and you're renting. You won't even go buy nothing. Make that make sense. You don't understand the difference between a liability and an asset. And we know that because you constantly are a liability and don't know how to be an asset. So you do not know how to acquire assets either and drop liabilities. Your whole life a liability. Your whole life a lie and a liability. Thank you, Swing Out. Said my father was a sharecropper as a child. His parents were sharecroppers. He married a country girl in the courthouse and reared 3 babies. Thank you, God. Thank you so much, sweetheart. Y'all don't understand the difference between liabilities and assets. Y'all go out and buy these little cars and try to buy these little shoes and purses trying to stun on somebody. That depreciate. All of that crap depreciate. You do not even know what appreciate and what depreciate. You got to go to buy them new cars off the lot. Why are you buying a new car off the lot? Who does that? But an idiot. Don't you know the cars depreciate as soon as you drive that off of the lot, literally? If you don't go get you a certified used, I will not buy a new car. Certified used is new enough. The Jetta I bought had 23,000 miles on it and one person that had leased it. They didn't even own it. It was a 2016 that I got in 2019. Why would I go get a new Jetta when that one's practically was new? What's the difference? What are you doing? Thank you, Randy. So they don't hear you, Mrs. Sarabi. Thank you so much. Thank you, Black Goku Zero said they talk greasy, but the net worth still $5. Yeah, it might be less. Thank you, Bella. A woman with no covering would do that. A woman with no covering, you go buy all them zooms and whams, trying to look cute and all that kind of stuff. I be buying stuff off of Amazon. This whole dress come off of Amazon. Stop playing with me. And it's cute. You wouldn't have known it came off Amazon if I didn't tell you. You buying stuff that don't even appreciate over time. Thank you, Tahe. Thank you again, sweetheart. Said decent life where you are an integral part of a family unit. That concept is boring to the modern woman. It definitely is. You don't know what to do with no money. Why you want a man with money? A man with money does not want you because you are a liability. The way you think is a liability. The way you operate is detrimental to him. So even a man that's not there yet, but has the vision to get there will bypass you because he has enough foresight to understand that if he gets you, you're going to hinder him from his vision, not support him in it. Because you can't wait till he get a couple of dollars so you can spend them. Men give you the kind of guidance to tell you, put that down. Why would you buy that? Why are you buying that? I have already leaned on my husband several times. Baby, you think I should get? Baby, you think I should get? We've had them little conversations. And I let him know, I buy my little stuff that I want, but I don't go crazy. I got a little Amazon addiction. What that make me an alcoholic now? That's because I buy maybe two packages off of Amazon. I wish I would have walked into that man's life with my hand out. He'd have walked me right back out. I guarantee you. Had I walked in like this, he'd have walked me right back out. Y'all don't know what to do. You looking for a man to give you something. You need to be walking into a relationship looking what you can give, not what you can get. That would go over your head, though. Look for what you can give, not what you can get. How can you do the benefiting, not how he can benefit you? But that's too much. Baby, you got to do this. And baby, you know, in order to have me, you know, you got to give me something. What you wanted to give you? Other than his competency, his leadership, and his 4 Ps, what do you want? He give you his SOS, what do you want? He give you order to your life, what more do you want? What do you want? What do you want? You want to argue about how much the ring costs instead of honoring the man that loved you enough to put one on your finger in the first place. But you will haggle about how much did it cost him. Potentially, it cost him everything to put that ring on your finger, no matter what the price tag say. It could cost him everything. But he loved you enough to put it there. And you will sit there and scoff at it. It ain't big enough. It ain't this enough. It ain't that enough. Instead of saying, I love the man that put it there. That was serious enough about me to put it there in the first place. Instead of thanking God that there was a man that was not playing with you. Worried about the wrong thing. Stay worried about the wrong thing. I'm so glad Auntie Iyanla asked that question. Would you marry a bus driver if he owned the bus? Girl, and that's why you single. That's why you're not married. That's why you're not married. That right there. Because you will overlook a man off some superficial stuff, and you would not delve into him to see what kind of man he is and whether or not he's good for you in your life and whether or not you good for that man in your life and whether or not you can multiply what he give to you. Oh, we don't want to talk about multiplication. Your multiplication tables. We don't want to talk about that. I might put multiplication on the Patreon. You'll overlook a man looking for stupid stuff. He don't make enough money. Why come he don't? He, you know, I like him dark skin. He kind of light. Oh, girl, did you see his shoes? Man could have been just coming from work, just coming from anywhere. You don't know what he got. You don't know what he do. Because you don't even take the time out to talk to him. Y'all don't want me to go there. You will not even have a normal conversation with that man to find out what is in his head and what's in his heart. You don't try to understand him or nothing. You just rank him. Oh, he don't make enough money. Oh, this is the kind of job he got. Oh, this the kind of, he ain't got enough status. I'm moving on to the next one because this is not it. That could have been the very man that uplift you and improve you in every way in your life imaginable. And you pass him up because his job didn't have the glamour attached to the title that you wanted. We don't like guys like Michael B. Jordan because he just look responsible. He look like he know where his birth certificate at. Anyway, I'm going to get on about it here. But I love you all. I appreciate y'all coming through. I appreciate the generous contributions that you have given to me. I appreciate them so much. I really, really do. Now I'm gonna go ahead on. We're going to cook Steve Harvey next. If we don't come back to this, I may or may not come back to this at some point, but we're gonna cook Steve Harvey tomorrow. Because he good and silly. He too old to be that silly. Another hyena leading folks astray. Thank you, Saul, says Scroll of Celebration 100. The chorus of plebeians celebrated thine sage as her feminine glow has become the moonlight to a shining sun. As a new universe has been created, let's celebrate all in it. Thank you so much, sweetheart. Yeah, I'm the moon to a sun. I'm the moon to a sun. And he shines so bright. He shines so bright. That's what's got me glowing. He shines so brightly. So brightly. I love that man. I just thinks about him and fall in love with him again. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna cook him tomorrow. Yeah, I caught that song. Yeah, I did. Shoot, I'm the moon to a bright sun. That's why I keep telling y'all gonna know his name. The world gonna know it. The world gonna know it. I'm gonna do everything in my feminine power to make it so. Thank you again, Salsa. 100,000 subs coming. And it better come soon. They playing with these little 50 subs, y'all. Thank you. Realize I love seeing us love each other. I really do. My man, my man, my man. My man, my man, my man, my man. Steve Harvey is too old for that. Don't be trying to cover up because you married a 304. You didn't try to make it what it ain't. And her daughter following in her footsteps. In any case, I'm gonna get on about it here, y'all. I love y'all, love y'all, love y'all. And I appreciate you so much rocking with me. We rocking, ain't we, though? We cooking, though. It don't matter. We rocking. But anyway, that's all for the show. My books store is closed because I'm not able to ship out any books. We're going to open it in another couple of weeks, and then I'm going to let you all know, just keep you updated on the things that's going on. And with that being said, I want to thank everybody once again. All right. I love you all. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Bye-bye, Crimsonites.